Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we're discussing the Vacheron Constantin Fiftysix complete calendar, part of a family of 56 models launched in 2019. This is an upscale Geneva hallmark rose gold triple calendar with moon phase, a lovely fusion of past and present Vacheron design cues. It's 40 millimeters in diameter, 12 millimeters thick as I measure it from lug tip to lug tip, 48.3 millimeters, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now we throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and while it is inspired by the 1950s reference 6073 from, you guessed it, 1956, it's a much larger watch, and truth be told, the only element of the watch that really echoes the 6073, you see these little angular caps atop the lugs at the four corners? That's pretty much it. For the most part, the watch is its own thing. It's a modern design. It's not a retro re-edition, and I actually appreciate that. This watch stands on its own four lugs. I can imagine it wearing well on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference, because it does have a fair amount of presence and size to it. So I think a 15 centimeter circumference wrist or larger is going to wear this really well. And then you can see the cuff shot. It's sloped and it will fit underneath the dress cuff. Taking a look at the strap, you can see it is medium brown, matte finish. It's substantially stuffed. That's called bolstering to give it some luxurious volume. We have a contrasting stitch, though it's lightly contrasting. You can see it's got a bit of an off-white quality to it. We have sheer cut sides, and on the back calfskin, you can see a brand new Vacheron Constantin factory strap, no crimping, no gouging. And we have the company's well-known Maltese cross style pin buckle, because the Maltese cross, which you'll find on the crown and on the dial, it is the logo of Vacheron. Now the case is very modern. We have these beveled and tapered and tucked lugs. Again, just this little angular cap at each of the four corners. That's the only tangible nod to the 56. Maybe there's some sort of spiritual patrimony here, to use a Vacheron term, but really it's just that little angular outcropping, because the original 6073 was a fairly angular watch. It was a small shingle. That's the best way to describe it. Now the dial is quite modern. We have a aperture style day and month with a radial pointer style date that has a lovely open 9, open 6 vintage style font used. It is a high grade dial with rose gold indices, rose gold numerals, and rose gold hands. There's also a rose gold frame for the crescent style moon phase display, and then we have a sunburst metallic for the dial base. It's a lovely metallic, and you can see that it's actually two different metallic patterns. You have a matte finish at center, and then you have a sunburst that runs under the hour track. So the center is more of what I would describe as an opaline, and then we have that radial brushed graining underneath the hours. You can also see a piano-style track is used for reading the seconds and the minutes precisely. Now, while it is a dress watch, it does have enough luminescence that you can read the bare time at night, so that's not a concern. Taking a quick look, you can see we have pusher-style adjusters on the flanks to make corrections, and the watch comes with a corrector tool. We have Geneva hallmark on both the movement and the case. Since about mid-2012, Geneva hallmark has been a more rigorous full watch finishing and material quality standard. The movement, as you can see, Vacheron caliber 2460. This is the QCL1 version of it, because it does have the calendar and the moon phase. You can see we have a hand skeletonized and multiply finished 22 karat rotor, not 21 karat, not 18 karat, and certainly not rose gold coated tungsten. This is the real deal. Maximum mass for winding efficiency. It is a unidirectional winder with ceramic bearings for maximizing the efficiency. Then you can see we have a solarization on the outer rim of the mass. We also have satination across the upper surfaces. You can see the well underneath the logo itself. Between the outer mass and the logo, you can see that there's this recessed and media blasted channel. And then you can see that internally we have beveling. We also have mirrored beveling on the outside as well. And perhaps the most impressive thing is that we do have some sharp interior angles where bevels meet inside this rotor. You can also see that the movement's nicely finished. We have Côte de Genève abrasive wheel stripes, not the stamped kind, but real abrasive wheel laid down across the bridges. We have satination on the wheels. We have black polished screw heads with chamfered slots in circumference. We have high-grade mirrored anglage on the edge of the bridges. We have engine turning on the base plate in 2 different sizes. And then you can see we have these little polished pegs that are used for locating the bridges on the base plate. When those peg heads are polished, that is upscale and uncommon. It's something that you'll find on the finest watches. Now, all this has a 4 Hertz beat rate, or 8 beats per second. It does feature a stop seconds capability, and it pivots on 27 joules. It's 5-position adjusted, which is the high horology standard and chronometer standard, all this with a 40-hour power reserve. And we'll do a quick demonstration of the stop seconds function, so you know you have it right there. And all this is 30 meters water resistant. It is a truly good-looking manufacturer movement from Vacheron. There's a misconception about the 56 line that they're not in-house calibers or they're not Geneva Hallmark. The most basic model is. All the others are definitely Geneva Hallmark and in-house. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Geneva Hallmark in-house caliber 56 triple calendar.